you want to be healthier, yet you just don't know what to do? All these shows telling you this and that, but nothing seems to work. Well, listen close. Golden State Media Concepts has got something great for you. The Health and Wellness Podcast dedicated to workout trends, healthy eating habits, diet, and everything about healthy living. Join us in our banters as we help you not just live life to the fullest, but live it to the healthiest.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the GSMC Health and Wellness Podcast. I'm Mariano.
I'm Pauline.
And I'm Rosario.
And
welcome.
We got our new friend. I know.
I'm so excited to be here, you boys.
She's going to be with us for a long time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. So let's dive right into this. Now, the first thing we've got here is why mess causes stress. How do you guys feel about that? Because I'm not so sure it bothers me.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's true, 100% for me when it comes to house mess. But when I'm being creative and I'm painting, it's the complete opposite. I thrive in that environment. My paints are all over the place, brushes here. Mm-hmm. Everything is scattered, but there's always... I mean, if somebody were to fix that, I would freak out.
Okay, see, like, I'm opposite. Mm-hmm. I like my workspace to be, like, really organized. Or, like, if I guess, like, because I'm kind of like the same way, too. Like, if somebody touches it, then it freaks me out. Mm-hmm. But I have it situated in a certain way. But, like, when I'm writing or something like that, I have it organized the way that I need it to be. But then as far as, like, my messy house, I think it does affect you more than you think. Because, like, I got into, like, a routine, especially when I was away for school, where, like, I would come home so late. So sometimes I would just kick off my shoes right there and just leave it or whatever. But I always had to have the dishes done before I went to sleep because I didn't want to wake up to, like, dirty dishes.
And a smelly kitchen.
Yeah. You know, like, the kitchen has to be clean before I go to sleep. And then, but other than that, I would just, like, wait till, like, the weekends to clean my house. Like, if my jacket's, like, on the chair, it's going to be on the chair all day.
But do you guys... But I don't know, because to me, there's kind of the difference between, like, mess and clutter.
Yeah.
Because you
both bother me the same.
Because how many people... Like, you live with people, right? Mm-hmm. And then you do too? What was that?
No, I'm by myself.
Oh, you're by yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, when I was away for school, I was by myself.
Because I was living by myself until my sister moved up. And she has her kids. So it's, like, now 2 extra adults and 3 extra kids.
Right.
And that stresses me out. But I think there's a difference between, like, somebody else's mess. That stresses me out.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
But, like, I don't know if really I'm stressed out over a messy house. Like, I prefer clean. When I was living by myself, I'd keep my place clean. But I don't know that if I ever came home and it was messy, I'd be stressed over it.
Right.
You know?
Well, and, like, if I go on a trip or something, or if I'm going to be gone...
Before you go...
Bed has to be made.
Yep.
Like, my bathroom has to be
That way you come home to a clean house? Yeah. Yes. I agree to that.
Yeah, my mom always told me, you know what, if we're going to go on vacation, we're going to do this, the house needs to be spotless, needs to be clean. So we would take... all that time before we go on vacation, like, clean everything up,
I hated that. Bumping, like, Spanish music super early in the mornings.
Oh, yeah. You need some good cleaning music.
I hated that.
My
mom,
for our cleaning day.
And my mom was funny because she would play music loud. And I mean early in the morning. So it was just, it stopped one day when I got an iPod and she learned how to put music on it. So she would take my iPod and, like, and bump it in the morning. So, but I mean, the house is dead silent. And on my door, I just hear bang, 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 bang. And she thinks it's, you know, really loud because she's listening to music. Mm-hmm. So I open my door and she's yelling at me like, hey, look, go wake up your sisters and do this and do that.
I was like, Mom, I think you already did that.
Mom.
And I'm like, Mom, I hear you. And from my earphones from her, which is like a few feet away, I can hear ring my bell.
Ring my bell. My bell.
And she wipes things with a groove, like moving her hips at the same time.
Right, so cute. But yeah, I think mess does cause stress only because, well, in my mind, it's something else that I have to finish. Mm-hmm. So I'm stressing because I have all these tasks or projects, whatever, to complete. And then I'm still like, great, I still have to do, you know, the laundry. Or so I think that's why it causes me stress because I'm like, it's just so much stuff in addition to the things that I need to do that I have to complete.
Yeah, falling behind would stress me out too.
Yeah, I think it just changes your mood. I mean, you had a hard day at work, you're coming home, all you want to do is just chill, have something to drink, eat, and relax. You don't want to come home to a smelly kitchen or just dust, and I don't know. It really bothers me. I think it makes your mood so much like worse.
And
like
you
get blue. I get like sad.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
It does. Because like I just got back from a weekend in LA, and I have yet to unpack.
Oh yeah, I'm bad about that.
Well, it's because like ever since I've been back, I've been working nonstop. So like I'm doing that whole thing. I'm coming home and I'm just kicking my shoes off type thing. And so this morning when I was getting ready, I was like, there's so much stuff everywhere. And I was like, I need to get this done today. And like when I get home from here, and I don't like mind it, but then now it's just like, it's just piling and it's more and more. And so you're right. I feel uncomfortable even though it's my room, because I'm just like, it's just reminding me of all, like, I feel like it represents like my life. I'm like, I'm so hectic. Like it's so, like I need to clean it up. Yeah. And so it is stressing me out. And it's like my room, I can't get comfortable at night because I can see like the suitcase and like the bag. And I'm like, I should just wake up and finish this right now, but I'm so tired. I'm like, oh, I'll do it in the morning. And then this morning I was like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah,
I don't
you're
know.
just like, I'll do it the next day.
Right.
Like,
But that's interesting though, because I don't really think that way. Like I kind of plan things out like a tiny bit in the future at a time. And what I mean is like, I don't come home thinking like, oh, that was a hard day at work. I come home thinking like, okay, now I got to get ready, go to the gym, or go do this, go do that. So I don't really like live in the moment too much.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't bother me either. Like I won't lose sleep over it, you know. Right. I'll clean. I like to keep a clean place, but I won't stress about it. And in fact, if I am stressing about it, like if I'm cleaning and I'm getting annoyed, I'll just stop and I'll just do it later, you know, or something.
Yeah.
I guess that's one way, so you're not stressed about it too much.
Yeah, I think a tip that, you know, sometimes when you feel like you're really backed up with all the stuff that you have to do, your to-do list, and you need to clean, I think what has worked for me is rewarding yourself after, like, put a time out of the day. My cleaning days are Sunday. Okay. So I will take an hour. I'm going to say, okay, in this hour, I'm going to do this, 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 and this. And after I clean that, I'm going to reward myself, watch an episode of
Netflix.
Yes, yeah. Orange is the New Black right now.
Right.
So, all right. Or just watch Netflix or whatever while you're folding your laundry. Or just, it makes it go
I do that, yeah.
easier.
And I know that, like, something, I mean... my family who I'm living with right now, if they listen to this, they're going to be like, she's lying. But, like, when I was away at school and stuff, I would always tell myself, okay, let me just do it in 10 minutes. Like, what can I just get done in 10 minutes? So, like, for instance, like this morning, because I had a lot of just, like, clothes out trying to figure out what I was going to wear, before I left, I was like, okay, let me just throw them on the hanger real quickly, you know, and just hang them up. So at least there's not a lot of clothes on my bed type of a thing. So, like, I mean, there's still, like, suitcases on the ground, but then... the clothes are just like hung up, and I just quickly did that because I was thinking to myself, let me just
it's something
like, you know, let me just like take a crack at it, like a little bit, like, you know, just little by little. And so that's another way that I've tried to do things, because sometimes I get so overwhelmed.
Me too.
So I'm stressing,
you know,
I'm like, it's just so much, and I'm like, it's really not, but it looks like it.
Well, my thing is, I am only getting overwhelmed right now because I'm not the only one in the house, and that bothers me. So like the kids make a huge mess, but my method is, I don't believe in like cleaning. I believe in just staying on top of, because you know,
like
don't let it sit. Exactly. Yeah, don't let it pile.
Because do you guys know what I mean? Where have you lived on your own? Oh, you just said you did. Yeah. You know what I mean when, like, even if you have, let's say, like a 1-2 bed. I had a 2-bedroom apartment when I was on my own. You take like 4 days of your normal life. You don't do everything. Like, you don't mess with everything. Right. You know, like the other room hardly gets touched. So for me, the big mess is just like dishes. The bed, clothes on the floor.
Like, the dishes are done every night.
Right, but my thing is, like, I do my shaker bottles with, like, protein, creatine, and they can smell if you don't clean them.
Oh, yeah, you definitely need to rinse those out.
So I just have this little kind of method where even at the gym, once it's finished and I'm on my way out, I go wash my hands because the weights are all dirty, and I rinse my shaker bottle at the gym. Yeah. And then I get home, and then I leave, like, soap and water in it, or baking soda and water in it. And I just do it like that until tomorrow when it still has baking soda water in it. I rinse it out, dry it, and then put my stuff back in. Right. So this little routine, then I don't ever really have to clean. Like, the most I get backed up on is once every, like, few days. And it was hardwood floor, so it was easy. I would just, like, Swiffer the floors.
Oh, yeah,
you know?
That's good.
But when you stay on top, there is no need to, you know, to, like, get annoyed like that. My pets, my dogs leave hair everywhere, but that's easy to clean, too.
Yeah.
You know?
And I have, like, it's kind of like with your protein thing. In my lunch pail, I have, like, a small... like little travel size of dish soap, and like a little small sponge, and I do that exact same thing too. So like after I eat my lunch, I'll just like rinse it out and wash it real quickly, and then put it back in my lunch pail. So when I get home and I'm taking it out, it's already clean. It doesn't smell.
Yeah,
it doesn't smell. Yeah, and stuff like that. So and then it's just easier, and it's kind of weird when you have like leftover food in your thing.
It is.
Well, it makes me feel like
it puts me off. It puts me off from wanting to clean it.
Exactly. Yeah, it does.
It feels really grody. Even if it's my own plate, I ate out of it, but I don't want to touch it.
And I don't know. I mean, I've thrown away Tupperware when like I'm just like I'd rather just throw it away.
Me too.
I threw some away. Guilty. I threw some away last night because
it's just like let me just toss this. But yeah, so let's cut it to a break.
Yep. And then we'll be right back, and we will talk about. I want to do diet versus lifestyle. That's an interesting one.
Yes, there is a difference.
All right, we'll be right back.
Bye.
Are you looking for the very best NFL and college football podcast? Then check out the GSMC Football Podcast. Get the latest football news both on and off the field. From the NFL Draft to trades to the rumor mill to the NFL Combines. They got you covered. That's GSMCpodcast.com/football-podcast. Get updates on college rivalries, game day insights, and much, much more. It's football talk the way you want it. This show eats, sleeps, and breathes football. Don't forget to like them on Facebook and follow them on Twitter. Visit GSMCpodcast.com for more info.
We're back.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Hello. All right. Diet versus lifestyle. That's an interesting one for me especially, but I want to hear what you guys think about it because I feel like diet fuels the lifestyle. So if you're not eating right, you won't have the energy or the kind of the mental drive to live healthier. So I think they're connected, but what do you guys think? Like which one do you think is more important?
I think I'm 100% on lifestyle. I've tried several diets. In the past, I've had a lot of weight issues. I go up, I go down. It's been a mess for me. And so I've tried lots of diets and like I lost a lot of weight in some of them and you start to eat normally, quote unquote.
Yeah,
normally.
when your diet's over.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And then you gain that weight back plus more. I'm like, why did I do that? Like it just doesn't work for me. So what I've learned is a lifestyle. So meaning that you're taking care of your diet, your exercising, and you're emotionally and mentally well because it's a lifestyle that you chose. It's not a diet. Diet works only for a small period of time.
Right.
A lifestyle is forever. So you're going to want to maintain that weight, be healthy, and keep working to feel better about yourself.
Yeah, I think that's what people think about diets is once you hit like that goal weight or once you've done whatever it is for a certain amount of time, whatever it is that you're trying to do, then they just fall right back into those bad habits.
Yes.
Or just back into their normal routine. So it's kind of like lifestyle is just changing what your normal routine is to it being like healthier. Like if your normal routine is to like stop on the way to like McDonald's on your way home from work, then maybe like packing your lunch is a life, like, to change that. So it's not, it's just like little things instead of going really hard on a diet for like a couple of weeks or like a couple of months and like crashing in a way as far as like you feel like you're depriving yourself or you feel like
that's the problem. You feel like you're depriving yourself. And
I don't know. What kind of diets do you guys do? Because my thing about diets, I don't think of a diet as like a thing that you begin and end. I think of it as you are adjusting your diet. So like
so I guess diet could have two meanings. So diet could be just like your nutrition, like what you're putting into your body, but
forever, like like my diet.
So that's more of a diet.
But it's the diet. It's the diet half of the lifestyle. But that's what I was saying is they're connected. You can't really take them apart. I just wanted us to kind of hash this out because
I guess that well, correct me if I'm wrong, but from the way I'm coming at it, as far as like a diet is, I guess kind of like a fad.
Yeah, it's kind of like, okay, I'm overweight right now.
Not the food that I'm putting in, as far as like nutrition wise. I'm meaning like a diet as in a strict regimen or like
hardcore dieting.
Yeah. where you do it like in increments type of thing. Like, you know how like people will say, oh, I'm giving up sugar for the next 3 months. And then right after that third, you know, that 3 month, you know, that 90th day, then they just go back to consuming sugar. And it's like all that hard work and all that determination and depriving yourself is nothing because, and so I just think that that's what I think of like when I think of a diet is just like a crash course to quickly get results that aren't going to be
and you're not wrong, because I feel like most people think that way. I feel like most people, I consider that more like a cleanse, you know.
Okay.
But for me though, me to say I'm going on a diet is to say I am going to alter my eating habits for life. Like like the way I eat right now is not like a diet. I will just continue to eat this way, and maybe even a little better as I get better at, you know.
So you see the diet more as like a continuous thing. I think maybe that's why
because diet itself,
people are kind of confused like a diet or a lifestyle. So I view what you're talking about more as a lifestyle thing because you're aware and choosing like, okay, I'm going to eat healthier. I can eat, you know, I'm going to have my cheat days, but I'm not going to feel bad because I'm going to eat something better.
You know what? Later. I really don't even believe in cheat days too much, though.
Really?
Yeah, but it's not because it's not out of being strict or, you know, it's not out of being like unfair with your body or whatever. But I just, for me, it's like, what am I, because you say like I'm depriving myself, but like of what? Of grease and fat. And like, I just, after a while of eating a diet, because it's not gross. Like I stick to white rice, brown rice, mixed veggies, chicken breasts, and like tilapia. And I mean, I eat other things here and there, but that's pretty much it. Like if I were to take like 5 days and let's call it like 20, 25 meals in those 5 days, like 19, 20 of those would be chicken and brown rice. And
that's good. I think you get used to it.
Yeah, you get used to it. And you stop.
After a while, you're like, this stuff's delicious.
Exactly. You stop even, because it doesn't have to be boring. Like I don't boil it. I bake it with lemon and these different seasonings.
There's a lot of good ways to like make your food and different. Yeah. And, like,
but you stop craving.
Switch it up.
Like now I see soda and I'm kind of like, oh, you know, like it's not even appealing anymore.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I've had that too.
Yeah.
But I've had times too, I'll do a hardcore diet and then I even tried like, okay, I'm going to ease my way into eating better and healthier.
Right.
And even doing that, I'm gaining all that weight back because I'm putting my body in shock. So it's a horrible diet. I think the problem is I couldn't find a right diet for myself. So I'm not following a diet, so now it's a lifestyle. Like I'm just choosing to be healthier and making better choices with what I'm putting in my body. And it's not supposed to be
like a punishment.
Yeah. But that's all just mental, though. It's not a punishment. If anything, it's a reward. You're giving your body better fuel. I see it like a car. Like I consider my body like if I'm doing all these things, like I don't feel like I'm out of gas, so to speak, when I get home, like what we were talking about earlier.
Right.
I feel like, all right, halfway through the day, still got to do this, still got to do that. And I have my dogs. I have to take them out. I have my dog training clients. I still have to deal with them. And then we have all the social media for this and the other podcasts and, you know, and all that stuff. So I consider it like, all right, this is just a fuel stop, and I need proper fuel. You know, I'm not going to put, you know, I want good solid gas so that I can keep moving at the high kind of level that I'm moving.
Yeah.
And that's how I consider it. So I don't consider it like a bad thing. I'm just being nice to my body, you know?
Yeah.
What do you think, though?
No, I think that that's true, too. I think that that's, like, what I think of with a lifestyle. Like, you're not feeling that you're depriving yourself. It's just normal. Like, that's just what you do.
Yeah,
exactly.
You don't really even think about it.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
It's just like that's what I do. That's what I don't do. You don't feel pressured or anything. And I mean, I guess everybody, because there are some people, like I know some people that have really good restraint because it's a lifestyle for them, so they have no problem. So like they can go out with friends to any place, any type of restaurant,
and stick to it,
and either eat before and still be fine, or find things that fit for what they are okay with eating at the restaurant, you know?
Right.
And so, I mean, it's definitely doable. It does take, I'm sure for some people it's a lot easier, and some people it takes like a process.
It takes a lot of discipline, I think.
Yeah.
Because
I think in the beginning, just until you get into a really easy routine.
That's the thing, is the routine kind of creates itself. Like, one interesting thing I found about myself was, to add to your point, like if you go out with friends, you know, when you eat, like when you're on a meal plan, like I'm on a meal plan right now, is your meals are kind of scheduled out, not so much like what you're going to eat as much as when and how much.
Okay.
And so like little cravings really don't happen. So like a lot of the times if I'm on a meal plan and I'll be out with my friends and they're like, hey, let's go to, you know, this pizza place, and I'm like, okay, and then we go, And I don't not eat just because it's pizza. I'm not hungry. Like, I just ate, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And, like, when you're eating, like, heartier food, you're full for longer.
Right.
You know?
And then I do know that, like, your taste buds kind of, like,
they
to
adjust.
change.
Yeah.
So then things that you really enjoyed before, you may not. Like, especially if, like, you're cutting back on, like, sugar, like watching what you're consuming as far as that's concerned, then like when you eat something you can really taste the sugar and then it tastes like not as good.
Exactly.
Because you're like, wow, this is really sweet. Or like you don't realize it because you're so used to it until you start eating better and then you realize the things like how you were saying like, oh, this is really greasy, so I don't eat that just because of that, or like whatever.
You like recalibrate, like you're used to other things now.
Yeah.
Because when you first eat like lean food, you're like, this is kind of boring.
Right.
But then after a while, the other stuff is too
much other, and you are like, okay, this, I feel like I'm eating yuckiness.
And one thing for me, if I eat greasy food, I feel it later. Like now.
Yeah, you start to learn your body.
Yeah, you.
More.
I have that like kind of slummy feeling. But I don't know. I think it's interesting because again, it's all connected really. Like diet versus lifestyle isn't really a thing. Like a diet is a lifestyle, you know, and to stick to it kind of creates its own little lifestyle on top of it. You know,
I can see that.
I can see that. Just as long as you're
consistent.
Yeah, consistent,
discipline, and have that. You know, that will that you know you want.
And we talked about this too before in a previous episode, is having like the support too, because like when, like for instance, like we said, if you're going to go out with friends and they want to go to a pizza place and you have decided like, okay, I don't eat this, like I don't eat cheese or whatever, I don't eat dairy, okay, so that's fine. So but if your friends are like, dude, just have it, or like, what's the problem, like you're making me feel uncomfortable, just have it, like then it's kind of like, okay, like, you know, like they're not being respectful to what it is that you're choosing. And as long as you're not being a Debbie Downer, like who cares what you're eating and what you're not.
Well, I don't think you're a Debbie Downer for not eating the pizza.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like as long as you're not sitting there like, oh, why are you guys eating? Like, you know, making it
like
uncomfortable for everybody else.
Yeah.
You know, then it's really not that big of a deal. Because I have this friend, he does that a lot. And I'm like, can I just enjoy my food? Like, I know that you don't want
how does
this
affect you in any way?
Yes. And then I'm like, dude, just, are you going to hang out with me or no? Because, like, then you don't want to invite them.
Yeah, that is annoying, yeah.
It's like, let me just enjoy this in peace. So, yeah.
We'll be right back after this commercial break, and we'll talk about the surprising health benefits of owning a dog.
Sounds interesting.
I love them.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
Bye.
Tired of searching the vast jungle of podcasts? Now listen close and hear this out. There's a podcast network that covers just about everything that you've been searching. Hey! The Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network is here. Nothing less than a podcast bliss with endless hours of podcast coverage. From news, sports, music, fashion, cooking, entertainment, fantasy, football, and so much more. So stop lurking around and go straight out to the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. Guaranteed to fill that podcast itch. Whatever it may be. Visit us at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and download us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play.
Hit it.
And we're back.
So, owning a dog is good for you.
Yeah, it is good for you. And I think for a lot of reasons, but I think that the article that we all read was focusing more on the like physical aspect.
Yeah, but emotionally and mentally.
Definitely. Yeah.
Definitely good for you.
Yep.
I agree.
I'd be like an evil scientist if it wasn't for my dog.
Well, and when I was away at school, during finals week, they would bring puppies on campus.
Oh, really?
And you can just go
I didn't know that you
play with the puppies.
That's cool.
Or like, and
so cool.
It was, and they would do it to like hope like, so that one, just give us something to do.
Right.
But two, just to like,
relieve stress.
Yeah, that's smart.
Relieve stress.
That's really smart.
Just, like,
that could probably bring up
there.
test scores too.
Yeah, and like, and it would just, I mean, I would go. Because I just wanted to see some puppies.
Of course.
Yeah.
You know?
But there's nothing wrong with that.
No, yeah. You know, like who doesn't want to see puppies?
In fact, I have a friend who just bought a German Shepherd puppy, and I want to see her.
Cute.
I felt bad though because the puppy is like 8 weeks old and it looks freaked out. Because you know it's like a little puppy surrounded by like 6 humans, and it's just like, where am I?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So so wait. I have to know. I have 2 Yorkshire Terriers.
Oh, okay.
You
2
do?
little Yorkies.
Those so
They're
cute.
I know.
I have a pit bull mix named Simba, and I have a little. She's like a Doxy Pomeranian. She's a little brat named Mia.
Oh,
Mia?
that's so cute,
Aw.
Mia. Well, I too have a Pomeranian. He is almost 1 year old, July 5th.
My guys.
His name is Louie, and I have an English Bulldog.
Oh, I like those. Yeah.
Ozzy.
Oh my God, cute.
He is the apple of my eye. They're both the apple of my eye. I love them.
And my guys just turned 2, both of them.
Yeah.
Oh, my dogs are old.
How old are your dogs?
Toby's like 9, and Nina, I think she's like 8. Like, they up there. I mean, they're like,
Yeah.
but they're so cute. They're
What kind of dog? Oh, Yorkies, yeah.
Yorkies,
Yeah.
Okay.
they're cute.
And so, can you imagine your life now, like, without your dogs? Like, that's
No.
impossible for me.
Yeah, we lost Nina for like a cool 48 hours. She like ran. Well, we accidentally anyways. So like, but like we were all freaking out. We really were. And like we were stressed and we couldn't find her. And then we were really worried about her because it was like really cold.
And she's
we're
small,
like, and I mean, and of course it was the day that we had given them a bath. So like she didn't have her collar on. And we're like, of course. Like, and she's such a sweetheart. So we were like, if somebody finds her, they're going to keep her.
Of course, they're going to keep her, for sure.
And so, but she was microchipped. So we were like, hopefully
okay, that's good.
they would, take her, but
Yeah.
and we would find her. I mean, luckily she was just at a neighbor's house, so it worked out fine.
Mm-hmm.
But
okay.
I
have the other fear because my dog is a pit bull, and so if he's out, people are just going to assume the worst and call the pound.
yeah, take him straight to the pound.
Exactly. If that, people run him over. Like I've seen some mean things.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do puppies and dogs help us?
Because they say that they help you because they make you more active. You got to get up and feed them. You got to take them out, walk
Okay.
them. That's
That's
if
true.
you do. So a lot of people kind of neglect their dogs, but
That's horrible. Please don't do that.
yeah, don't do that. But getting them out. Like I know my dogs get me up really early in the morning,
Yes.
especially now that it gets so hot. So I wake up. I try to get up not before the sun, but like before the sun is too hot, like around 7:30, 8 o'clock. Mm-hmm. And they're both. I have them both like off leash trained.
Yeah.
So I'll put their like e-collars on and we'll head to the park, and I'll play fetch with them, and they just kind of run back and forth. And then we'll head home, and then I go to the gym. So it's a nice little like wake up,
Right,
Yeah.
that is
That's
true.
nice.
Yeah.
I guess dogs do make you more active.
and it's nice too because when you get up, like if I were to wake up, go to the gym, there's kind of that like hectic, where's this, where's that, and I get there almost stressed out in a way. Mm-hmm. But when I wake up and I'm like moping over to the park, and I have this thing called a chuck it that like it helps me throw the ball. So I just stand there and I throw it, and they run and they come back, and I throw, and I just do that once every like 30 seconds that they come back to me.
Right.
It's a really like slow wake up, so I have time mentally to sit there and be like, oh well, let me stretch
Yeah.
out. What am I going to do today at the gym? What am I going to do today at work? What am I?
So you're like meditating.
Exactly.
What you're gonna do.
That's exactly what it is because
perfect.
they do all the work. I throw the ball and then they're gone until they come back. Because it takes them a second to run to it, grab it, and come back. And it's nice. And then I can go home knowing that they're like tired, and it makes it easier for me because I'm like, all right, that's just one less thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true.
Well, also for me, I've always wanted a bulldog, and I finally, my dream came true, and I got a bulldog, and I just love those dogs. They're funny. They're funny to look at. I automatically have the biggest smile on my face every time I see my dog.
And
Ozzy.
Frenchies. I love Frenchies.
Yes. Oh, so
I
beautiful.
know. I want one of those.
I
They're
want
so
one too.
ugly cute.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're so ugly. They're cute.
That's how people describe me too. Me and a Frenchie will get along just fine.
But then, and I mean, dogs do brighten up your day, especially if, if you take the time to, like, train them so that they're not just terrorizing your house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they can, and I know that a lot of people, like, service dogs do help
Oh, yeah.
a lot, and I know that people really enjoy them. Like, at hospitals, like, people will take their dogs around to different hospitals to visit patients, and that does
Well, definitely.
help
I think
them.
they're, like, when you're feeling blue, it's just they know,
Yeah,
and
they're really
like,
social.
with you. And
Sometimes not even just that, but like even if I'm not feeling blue, do you guys ever get that feeling when you come home and the house is empty, and for whatever reason that just makes you kind of blue?
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh man, it's quiet in here, and like, but the dogs kind of break up that silence,
Yeah.
and that's nice.
That's true. And I mean, my Toby, when I would go away for school, and then, like, I would come home to visit for a few days and then leave, my mom said that he would, like, stay on my bed for, like, days.
Yeah,
and,
Simba.
he wouldn't
So
eat
sad.
because he'd be so sad. So,
That's awful.
so, I mean, they love you. So at least you know somebody loves
It's unconditional love.
Yeah.
They
Yeah, my
always
dogs.
love you.
It's hard for me to be mad at them because and I'm strict with my dogs all the time. and they Simba has this really like dumb surprise kind of face, and so it's hard to be mad because every time I stand up, he's like, "What? Where are you going?" And I'm like,
Yeah, it's kind of like, I mean, because you have like a companion, you have somebody that's always down to kick it.
Really, just something to bounce off of. Because when you're alone, you kind of get that like you get used to being alone. But now you have something that you can
and like
consider.
they can, you know,
You
dogs
can take care of them. Like I don't see my dogs as my dogs. They're like my children. They're my kids. I enjoy my dogs to the fullest.
So they can be. So it does help with like your wellness and your health because physically you're going to be more active just because you have to one take care of them, two train them, or a lot of times like because I know that like. My brother will sometimes just take our dogs for a walk because he wants them to calm down because they're so hyper.
Yep, exactly.
You know, so then that helps. So now you're going on a walk and you're being more active. But then just like emotional wise, they like you have
they're
a friend.
there for you.
And you're like how you said when you're coming home, you're not by yourself.
And it gives you something to apply yourself to. Like if there's nothing,
it gives you motivation
to
do something because you're not just worried about your own self. You're worried about your pet as well.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you're a girl and you have like, I mean, if I were to live like by myself someplace, I'd want a really big dog.
Yeah.
I don't know about really big. I want like an athletic dog. Yeah. Well, he's big enough. He's not that big, but he's big enough that I wouldn't want to be.
Like I just want like a dog that I'm like, get him.
A Saint Bernard
on it.
I love Saint Bernards.
We should post our dogs on the.
Oh yeah, you guys can look at my dog.
Oh, that's right.
All our dogs.
Lots of pictures.
What's our hashtag? No, not our hashtag. Our social media.
Yeah. Our Twitter.
Yes.
So the Twitter handle for us, the Twitter handle, is going to be GSMC_health. The word
perfect.
Yeah.
So easy. Then you can check out our dogs. Send us your dogs. We'd love to see your dogs.
Yeah, definitely.
If you're more of a cat person, I mean, send us that too.
Yeah, well, all pets.
Do you know that service dogs? I mean, well, okay, like they have service dogs. You can get almost any animal certified. So like there can be like a service turkey, service pig. Like
this is not a joke. There was a service boa constrictor in Redondo Beach.
No, yes,
what?
Like that's ridiculous. And I feel like that's just.
That's
dumb,
pushing it.
That's just That's
but
like
the owners, it was
there.
a restaurant, and the owners were so afraid of saying anything and being sued that they just kind of went with it.
Oh yeah, I think some people might push it.
They
like,
do.
A service turkey.
Yeah, my guys are
really. What is a turkey gonna do?
I know. Well, my guys are service dog trained, but they're actually really trained. You know.
Yeah.
I'll put videos of them on the Twitter. They're really sharp.
Yeah.
So I can't wait.
A service pig, maybe.
Yeah, pigs are smarter than dogs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but a turkey.
Yeah, Ozzy's half pig. For sure.
So that's kind of cool. So pets in general are really good for your health and wellness. If you are lonely, if you just need a companion or just something to do, like, just to give yourself something to do, motivation, teach your kids responsibility, teach yourself responsibility.
Yeah, that's a good one, actually, yeah.
And it does motivate you to take care of somebody, another
other than yourself.
Life than yourself. Yeah.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Thanks for listening, guys. You can catch us, as always, on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, GSMCpodcast.com. I'm Mariano.
I'm Pauline.
And I'm Rosario.
And this is our Golden State Media Concepts Health and Wellness Podcast. We'll talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye.